Hello all, welcome to Kitchenry for Casuals, a series where I, a chef with really no experience at all, and with exceedingly limited cooking equipment, will be sharing recipes that I found on the internet and have enjoyed. The goal here is to shout out meals that most anyone could make at home using whatever equipment they happen to have lying around. So, no immersion blenders, no food processors, none of that fancy stuff. Just as simple and straightforward as it gets. To start the series off, I will be doing an adaptation of a recipe from Ethan Klobowski, whose channel and website are linked below. Highly recommend you check both of them out. I will be doing his Bibimbap bowl recipe, which is pretty straightforward, doesn't require a lot of specialty equipment, and I've tried it and have enjoyed it a good deal. So without further ado, let's get started. Begin with 2 carrots, peel them of course. Now we're going to julienne them, i.e. cut them into thin slices, and pop them in a container for which you have a lid. Any will do, really. And now we're going to add a bit of soy sauce, and a bit of rice vinegar, pinch of salt. Now, the original recipe calls for gochujang flakes, which I've never been able to find, so I'm going to be making a substitution here with some chili oil instead. I've tried it and I've found it works just fine. Also going to add some red pepper flakes. And lastly, sprinkle on a healthy dose of sesame seeds. Now cover and give this a good shake. And now this is going to go in the fridge for like a while. 30 minutes is probably going to be enough time here. And while we're waiting for that, we're going to make some rice. And I'm going to teach you an 100% foolproof method of always preparing a perfect bowl of rice every single time. A method I took from Reddit. Begin with a little over 1 cup of water, a little bit of salt, a little bit of butter. Put that on high, and once it starts to boil, we're going to take a little over half cup of rinsed rice, put that in there, stir only this one time, do not stir again, and then we're going to cover, and we're going to leave it covered for 10 minutes on low-medium heat. And while we're waiting for our rice, let's remove the stems from a healthy helping of spinach. And then we're going to thinly slice some mushrooms, just like that. And thinly slice some green onion. You're just going to have to trust that I did that. I forgot to get footage. And now that our rice is done cooking, we are going to remove it from heat and fluff with a spoon that I will be reusing later, so as to avoid making more dishes. Now we're going to cover that and set it aside for at least 5 minutes. Now it's time to cook our veggies. You are going to want to use a wok for this part as opposed to a non-stick pan because we're going to be starting with high temperatures. And if you use a non-stick pan at high temperatures, you're going to get junk in your food, so don't do that. While that's heating up, I'm going to plate some rice and then stir fry your thinly sliced mushrooms. Fling them in the air, all fancy like this to keep them from burning. Don't forget some salt. And once they're looking pretty soft like that, you're gonna turn off the heat and plate them like that. Now we're gonna coat our wok in sesame oil. Turn to medium-low heat. Add our spinach, a generous helping of salt, a sprinkle of sesame seeds, and we are going to stir until it's looking pretty wilted like that. Add that next to the mushrooms. Now we're going to prepare the most important part of this dish, the sauce, beginning with some gochujang. You'll notice I'm using the spoon I used to fluff the rice. I was serious about saving dishes. Add a few spoonfuls of rice vinegar. Then some mirin. And some honey. Few squirts of ginger paste. Grate a clove of garlic and mix. Now I'm going to add some of our carrots and some of the green onion that I did in fact cut, plus a sprinkle of some of that Bangin Bibimbap sauce. Next I cooked an egg sunny side up, off camera. And at last we finished by sprinkling some green onion atop our freshly cooked egg, adding another drizzle of sauce and some sesame seeds.